Yes, Paul. Okay. So a couple of months ago, a young woman decided to enter the workforce and start working for a company, and she was already 3 months pregnant, which meant that she had 6 months in order to work overtime to get the paid time off that she was going to need in order to earn her maternity leave. Unfortunately, this is the case for many young women that enter the workforce today because maternity leave is not a policy that is often carried out by companies. I'm speaking to you guys today because I've researched workplace policies and I understand how crucial it is for companies to care for their employees. Whether you are a parent, plan on becoming one, or you just care about creating an equitable work environment, this issue is something that affects all of us. Today I'll be explaining why offering paid maternity leave is a far better solution than relying solely on earned paid time off for new mothers, both for the well-being of employees and the success of the company. I'll address the problem that arises when companies offer only paid time off instead of dedicated maternity leave. Then we will look at the causes behind the issue, followed by the benefits of offering paid maternity leave as a solution. First, I want to talk about the inadequate nature of paid time off. Paid time off is often not sufficient for the 6 to 12 weeks that are often needed for maternity leave. According to the American Psychological Association, workers are guaranteed only unpaid leave up to 12 weeks without losing their jobs through the Family and Medical Leave Act, which means that they're given adequate time to heal and recover, but they're not paid for that time, and it's also not always an adequate amount of time for new mothers and new families. The APA also mentions that the transition to parenthood is a critical juncture that shapes adults' physical and mental health, including sleep changes, weight gain, hormonal shifts, and mood disorder risk for years to come, which is why it's so important that companies give new parents the time that they need to recover, as well as recurring parents that are having more children. They need to have that paid time off in order to recover, in order to rest, in order to adjust to having a baby in the family. Now that I've established the problem, I'd like to talk about the reason the problem exists. I don't think I have a slide for that specifically. So let's talk about the root of the problem. The concept that paid time off is fair and equal to all employees is simply untrue. Paid time off needs to be earned, and sometimes whenever you move to a new company, like the young woman did that I talked about at the beginning, you don't have time to earn that paid time off, and so then you're stuck with just parental leave, unpaid time off, which is what we talked about in the beginning, where you're only allowed a certain amount of time before your job is at risk. And also, it's just not fair to have to force a new family to either immediately recover and go back into work, or to have to take all of that time off without actually receiving any compensation. Another reason is just because it's a lack of understanding, and also many companies have not evolved their policies to align with modern expectations. A lot of policies for companies are still being carried out the same way that they were before women were popularly in the workforce, so it wasn't really expected that employees would need time off in order to establish a family, in order to recover from pregnancy and labor, and in order to adjust to all of those new things. So at the end of the day, companies just need to work on aligning with more modern expectations, and the fact that women are in the workforce, and the fact that mothers and fathers both need that time off in order to establish a family. Now that I've discussed the root of the problem, here's some sources claiming that parental leave is a better option for employees and their respective employers. So the solution is paid parental leave. According to the Maven Clinic, for employers, paid parental leave benefits are apparent for both employees and business performance. This looks like reduced childcare costs and reduced symptoms of postpartum depression. If you're given the paid time off and you're given the opportunity to heal and recover, then that takes away the cost of having to, put your child into some kind of daycare system. So that takes away from cost for the family. And then that also reduces symptoms of postpartum depression, because not only is the baby getting time to bond with the mother, but the mother and the father are both able to have that time to rest and recover. The National Partnership for Women and Families says that paid leave reduces turnover. First-time mothers who take paid leave are more likely than those who take unpaid or no leave to return to the same employer. And the nationalpartnership.org also says that 14 states, including the District of Columbia, have now enacted paid family and medical leave programs that help businesses manage their employees' leave needs and level the playing field for employers of all sizes, while allowing workers to meet their health needs and caregiving responsibilities. So in conclusion, paid time off is an inadequate solution for maternity leave. By offering their employees offering paid maternity leave, companies can support their employees' health, well-being, and job satisfaction, leading to stronger retention and productivity in the workplace. Paid maternity leave is not only a compassionate solution, but also a smart business decision that supports the overall success of the company and the well-being of its employee, as well as retention. Thank you.